Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Justin Arnold.
And I'm Brianna Watson.
A lockdown is now in effect following a shooting at the University of North Carolina. According to local emergency medical services, 2 people are dead and 4 are injured. The university tweeted from their official Twitter account saying the shots were fired near the Kennedy building and instructed everyone on campus to comply with police who were sweeping campus buildings after the shooting.
It has not have been made clear if the shooter is a student of UNC, and the motives of the shooter have yet to be identified. The campus went on lockdown after shots were fired early this evening, and one student tweeted a video of people running from a campus library as officers rushed toward the building. There has been no official confirmation from authorities about victims, their conditions, or the status of any suspect.
Governor Andrew Cuomo and Oswego County officials addressed plans to combat rising water levels on Lake Ontario after international regulators warned officials of a, quote, major flooding event underway in the northern St. Lawrence River. Cuomo cited the importance of taking proactive steps to prevent lakeshore flooding after the devastating impacts to Oswego's shoreline in 2017. The County Public Safety Committee unanimously approved the $8,000 in county funding for a filling machine and sandbags.
A Hollywood production called Paper Story shot scenes at 3 locations in Baldwinsville Monday, including the Beeville Diner, the Red Mill Inn, and a Thrifty Shopper. A post from the We Love Baldwinsville Facebook group confirmed the movie's crew's presence. The film stars actors like Ian Nelson from The Hunger Games and Emmy-nominated actress Lily Taylor, amongst others. Further production is scheduled to take place in various Syracuse area locations within the next few weeks.
Oswego's theater program puts on Fun Home by Lisa Crone, and our Grace Parenti takes us backstage of the performance. So Grace, what did you learn on the stage?
I got to sit down with the director and learn what the show Fun Home is all about. Let's take a look.
Oswego's theater department has been busy working to put on the musical Fun Home. The lead actor, Michaela Buckley, tells us about her character.
I play Allison Bechtel, and she is a real person. This whole story is all a real story. And basically, just in her life, she wrote a memoir, a graphic novel about growing up in a funeral home and having a closeted gay father. And so the show itself is me attempting to write this memoir and just going back and remembering all these things from my childhood.
Director Jonelle Langenfeld-Ryle shares with us the overall message she wants the audience to take away from the show.
To really have the courage to be who you feel you are. And what's interesting about this show is I don't think it's just about coming out. I don't think it's just about the struggles that we face in the LGBTQ plus community, but also it's about human relationships, because that all feeds into all of those things. And relationships between parents and children, between siblings, and between each other. And why do we struggle so much about being honest about who we are?
Actor Michaela Buckley encourages students to come out and watch the show.
People should come see it because it's an hour and a half where you're kind of just transported, I don't know, into this a whole different little world. And you get to listen to some awesome music, see some really powerful stories. It's a lot of fun to do it, so I hope it's a lot of fun to watch it.
You can catch the last 2 performances of Fun Home this Saturday at 7:30 and Sunday at 2.
For more information and to get tickets for the show, you can go to SUNY Oswego's website under the Theater tab or visit the box office in the Campus Center.
Oswego County is celebrating I Love My Park Day on May 4th, when volunteers will gather at 4 parks, including Fort Ontario, Safe Haven, Selkirk Shores, and Winona Forest. I Love My Park Day is a project sponsored by the State Office of Parks and Recreation intended to enhance parks and promote awareness of outdoor recreational opportunities in New York State.
New York State lawmakers are expected to move bills targeting President Trump's state tax returns. The motion would allow U.S. Congress to request Trump's returns from an agency in New York, along with another measure that would allow prosecutors to bring charges against individuals granted a presidential pardon. According to Democrats in Albany, the motion is expected to pass the New York State Senate.
A former Watertown bus driver who admitted to raping a 14-year-old girl will not serve prison time. Jefferson County Judge James McCluskey sentenced the accused bus driver, identified as 26-year-old Shane Peach, to 10 years of probation and ordered Peach to be registered as a Level 1 sex offender. The judge's sentence sparked media controversy on social media, and a petition was started in an attempt to change the judge's sentence.
Less than a year and a half after her dentist prescribed her opioid painkillers, Sage Early died from a heroin overdose, and now her death is the highlight in the State Attorney General Letitia James' lawsuit against the manufacturers of OxyContin. James states that the family behind OxyContin, the Sackler family's role in the opioid epidemic, has taken hundreds of thousands of lives in devastated communities. Early's mother, Ellen Ayer Early, says that she is glad that the state is sharing her daughter's story in the lawsuit. Early was only 23.
Now let's take a quick look at weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Liam Healy.
Hey Liam, what can we expect?
Well guys, tonight we are tracking severe weather across the plains, and that is going to be heading our way coming up tomorrow night. Tonight we are thinking to remain rather dry. You can see it right across the area here. Tonight we're going to be staying dry, temperatures staying in the 40s. These clouds across the area right here are going to help us stay there. I'm going to have your full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Right now we're going to take another look at our top stories coming up tonight.
Thanks, Liam. Coming up later tonight, the suspect in the California synagogue shooting is being held without bail.
And the latest information on the uprising in Venezuela.
This is WTOP 10 Nightly News. We'll be right back.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Oh my god, so you'll never believe what happened to Khloe Kardashian this week.
Oh my god, what happened? Tell me.
Okay, so she was at the mall, shopping at Saks.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
Hey, we're practicing for our new show, What's the Tea? Starring me.
And me.
Hey Brianna, when does it air?
Every other Sunday at 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Anyway, I can't wait for you to sip some tea with us.
Only on WTOP.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. So, we have our weather coming up. So, what do you have for us, Liam?
We are tracking a lot of severe weather down in the plains tonight. We've had 20 tornado reports in 5 states. Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas tonight. So we are tracking a lot of severe weather. It's going to be heading our way, but we're only going to be seeing mainly heavy rain threats coming up from this. So starting out today, we saw some pretty below average temperatures once again, and that's been kind of our main story for the past couple days. But for right now, we're going to focus in on the rain. So temperatures, again, they're a bit cooler than average across the entirety of New York State here. We are tracking some maybe warmer temperatures coming up the next couple days, but for right now, we are staying below average. Now again, that weather is going to be coming in the area. We are to see it right here. We're going to start timing it out for you on your FutureCast. We're going to help you plan out your Wednesday here. So starting out around 4 a.m., it's around Chicago, Michigan. Seeing those heavy downpours there, we are watching for this to start moving into our area over the next several hours. See some showers starting out right there in the morning. So starting out, maybe your morning commute, you see a few showers setting in late. But as you head into your day, you see 8:30 p.m. This is right around, getting the kids to bed. You could start hearing those rumbles of thunder start to move through the area. We are expecting the chance for a few thunderstorms. We are getting up to about 54 degrees tomorrow. It's going to provide some energy for those storms to really start kicking. Now, as you head into later in the night, you see that quick burst of showers there, and then we have another one right around 12:30. If you're a light sleeper, you might want to watch out tomorrow. We are seeing some, again, potential for some thunderstorms. Could hear a few rumbles, but the main concern is going to be this heavy rain that's coming through the air. You see these oranges, yellows, and reds. That's going to be what we're going to watch for tomorrow morning. You could see that pooling, the ponding, and some puddles on the road as you're heading out. We are starting to clear out a bit across the area. You see a few spotty showers head out the door, but Thursday's going to remain rather dry across the entire area. But yet again, those clouds are going to stick around. It's not going to let us get as warm as we should be for this time of year. So as you check out tonight, we're staying mostly cloudy, get to a low of about 39 degrees. Winds are going to stay rather light, but as we head into tomorrow, we get into later in the day, our winds are going to begin to pick up 10 to 15 miles an hour. Later in the night, we could be seeing those gusts up to 20+ miles an hour. So you could hear those trees whistling across the window. Be careful of that. Don't let the kids get scared. So it's 54 degrees tomorrow. Again, thunderstorms later in the day. And we check across your entire 7-day forecast here. We see that rain Wednesday once again. And we head into Thursday, stay in that kind of almost above average, getting there, and we stay below average across the week. Friday, Saturday, heading into your weekend, could see those showers. We'll be right back. You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
Whoa. For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Hi, I'm Zachary Haynes. I'm the new host and producer of the new comedy sketch show, Acting Out, a comedy sketch show by college students for college students. You can check us out here on WTOP every other Sunday this semester on B weekends. Okay, I guess B weekends are down here now in the bottom left corner of your screen. Anyways, we got all sorts of great sketch. Okay, guys, what's going on with the set? What's going?
I got some Oxy after I hurt my neck. First, I took them to feel better. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. The main suspect in the San Diego synagogue shooting has been held without bail after pleading not guilty. The 19-year-old John Ernest has been accused of 1 count of murder and 3 counts of attempted murder based on their religious beliefs. The religious component of the crime could add hate crimes to the list of crimes, which could warrant the death penalty, as Californian law allows capital punishment for such offenses. Ernest is also being investigated for arson.
An Army veteran is now behind bars on terrorism charges after the FBI foiled his alleged plans to bomb a rally in the Los Angeles area. Reed Binion has the latest.
Sometimes we get asked what keeps you up at night. This is a case that keeps us up at night.
Law enforcement was able to identify a man consumed with hate and bent on mass murder and stop him before he could carry out his attack.
26-year-old Mark Domingo, a former U.S. Army infantryman from California who served in Afghanistan, now behind bars after undercover FBI agents foiled his alleged plot to bomb a crowded rally.
Purchased several hundred 3-inch long nails to be used in IEDs as shrapnel, specifically because the nails were long enough to penetrate the human body and puncture internal organs.
Investigators say Domingo recently converted to Islam, that he repeatedly spoke about becoming a martyr and pledged allegiance to ISIS, and concocted his alleged plan in retaliation for the attack on the Al Noor Mosque in New Zealand.
In recorded conversations with the source, talked about attacking churches, Jews, police, and military officers.
Authorities say Domingo was considering attacks on several places in Southern California before settling on a rally organized by a white nationalist group.
We will bring a man to justice who've tried to inflict such pain and such injury and such just outright hate here in our communities.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Investigators say they believe Domingo acted alone and that there is no known threat to the Southern California area at this time.
President Trump proposed today that those seeking asylum in the U.S. should have to pay fees, along with similar changes to make it harder for migrants to settle in the country. These proposals sparked controversy among immigration supporters and Democrats, with Arizona Representative Raul Rihava stating, quote, "Seeking asylum is a right under U.S. and international law, not a privilege to pay for." These proposed changes come as border crossings and families seeking asylum increase.
A Virginia judge, Richard Moore, has ruled statues of Confederate generals are protected under a law that prevents cities from removing them without the approval of the state. This decision comes after a lawsuit was filed against members of Charlottesville City Council after they voted in 2017 to relocate statues of Robert E. Lee and Thomas Stonewall Jackson. The judge sided with plaintiffs, stating that the statues are war monuments and are protected by state law.
As tensions continue to rise, U.S.-supported Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido has called for the military to overthrow the sitting Venezuelan president, Nicolás Maduro. The uprising is supported by previous government leaders Maduro has jailed, as well as U.S. Vice President Mike Pence and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Venezuela's current socialist government calls the uprising a, quote, coup, backed by the U.S. Guaido has since dubbed the uprising Operación Libertad, or Operation Freedom.
What would it have been like if social media existed around the Holocaust? That is the question being asked on billboards across Israel and on an Instagram page called Eva Stories. The controversial Israeli project has over 250,000 followers, giving them a selfie-style narrative of the Holocaust. The page depicts the real-life character of Eva Heyman, a 13-year-old Jewish girl from Hungary who wrote a diary about her and her family's life at Auschwitz, where she was murdered. The creators hope the project helps young people to be more engaged in Holocaust education.
Kentucky's Attorney General Andy Beshear has announced a new lawsuit against Governor Matt Bevin's administration. It's an attempt to stop subpoenas delivered to many Kentucky public school districts over teacher attendance records. Hillary Thornton has more.
Enough is enough. We have had enough of this governor's bullying of our public school teachers, and I am not going to let it continue.
That is the message from Attorney General Andy Beshear announcing another lawsuit against the Bevin administration.
I think he's an embarrassment to Kentucky, is what I think.
Governor Matt Bevin responding with his own strong words, the ongoing feud between the two, something Kentuckians have become familiar with in recent years. This latest lawsuit by the Attorney General coming after the governor and labor secretary refused to withdraw subpoenas issued by the labor cabinet seeking names and records of teachers who participated in sick-outs.
This is yet another abuse of power from a governor who thinks he controls everything.
Beshear says it's all an effort to protect the First Amendment rights of those teachers. However, the labor secretary says that the heart of the issue is about whether or not teachers can use their sick time when they aren't sick. As part of this brand new lawsuit, the Attorney General also filing a motion asking for a temporary restraining order on the subpoenas. Governor Bevin calling this all a political stunt as Beshear hopes to take his job. He says the actual lawsuit doesn't even mention First Amendment violations.
Guess what? If it was a First Amendment issue, what would this have been? A federal level issue. And then he couldn't have given it to his friend Phil Shepard.
Governor Bevin talking about Franklin County Circuit Judge Philip Shepard, who's presided over a number of the lawsuits between the two. At times, Governor Bevin calling him a, quote, political hack.
The governor's words and actions are despicable. They are bullying, and I'm here to stop him.
At the state capitol, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Beshear has requested a hearing on May 6th to argue for the restraining order on the subpoena.
Coming up in sports, Aaron Valentino.
Aaron, can you give us a quick preview?
Coming up after the break, I'll have the latest news on the Oswego Lakers lacrosse teams and the Islanders playoff games. Don't go anywhere. You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News.
I tried Oxy at a couple of parties. I thought I had it under control. I didn't know it'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Aaron Valentino with your sports update. Kicking off with some lacrosse, the Oswego State's women lacrosse team played in the first round of the SUNYAC playoffs today, taking on the Oneonta Red Dragons. The Lakers were able to pull this one out by a score of 17-15 and move on to the SUNYAC semifinals, where they will take on the 1 seed Geneseo Knights. The Lakers were helped out today by a pair of hat tricks from Lakers all-time points leader Teresa Shattuck and sophomore Riley Jaquin. The Lakers were able to make it here last year before losing to Cortland, but hope for a different result this Friday against the Knights. Sticking with lacrosse, the Oswego State men's lacrosse team will begin their SUNYAC playoffs tomorrow against the #1 seeded Cortland Red Dragons. The Lakers finished the year 8-5 with a 3-3 record in conference play, while the Red Dragons were 12-4 with a 6-0 record in conference play. It is going to be a battle of two great goalies tomorrow, as the Lakers' Kevin O'Donnell posted a save percentage of 59%, which is good for best in the SUNYAC, while Cortland's two goalies were able to get a combined save percentage of 58%. Face-off is tomorrow at 4 o'clock in Cortland. Switching over to baseball, yesterday the New York Mets started a 4-game series against the Cincinnati Reds, losing by one by a score of 5-4. The Reds got off to a hot start by scoring the first 4 runs, but the Mets were able to come back and tie the game in the 4th. It stayed tied that way until the top of the 9th, until Mets closer Edwin Diaz gave up a home run to Jesse Winker, and the Mets took the first loss of the series. Moving on now to hockey. After sweeping Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins in the first round of the 2019 Stanley Cup playoffs, the New York Islanders are down 0-2 to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Islanders lost both of these games in heartbreaking fashion, losing Game 1 in overtime and Game 2 with 2 goals scored late by the Hurricanes in the 3rd period. But they'll look to bounce back tomorrow, as Game 3 is in the PNC Arena. You don't want to miss this one, folks. Puck drop is at 7 o'clock. Now let's go to Toronto for round 2 of the NBA playoffs. There you see Joel Embiid there, and the Sixers, they're getting ready to take on Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors early on. Here's Joel Embiid. He's driving in. Nope, he's going to pass it out to Butler, who gets fouled, falls down, and he makes the shot. The Sixers up 16 early on. Now here's Pascal Siakam and Kawhi Leonard. He's just going to pull up for three. He's that good. Raptors trying to come back. Here comes the Kawhi Leonard again, coming in and jamming it down. Raptors trying to make a comeback. Here's Jimmy Butler driving in against Pascal Siakam. Once again fouled, and once again the ball goes in the bucket. Sixers want this game. Here we go now. Driving in is Kawhi. He gets it out to Siakam for three. Siakam makes the bucket, and the 76ers are on their way. But now Kawhi Leonard, he passes it out to Lowry, who shoots. He's got it. The Raptors are now down by 3 with just a minute 30 remains. But Embiid driving in, he wants it, going up against Gasol. That falls. Now the Sixers are up by 3 with just 24 seconds remaining. The ball's on the ground here, you see. Kawhi Leonard's going to pass it to Danny Green for 3. It doesn't go. The ball is out everywhere. Tobias Harris, though, he is able to scoop it up. And the 76ers go on to win. Game 3 is Thursday in Philadelphia.
Jeez, so I just want to hear, in your opinion, because I know nothing about this, but I want to hear your opinion. Who do you think is going to win the series?
I like the Raptors. I think Kawhi Leonard, he's a top 5 player in the NBA. I think they got more of a talent level. I think the series is going to go to 7 games, though. It's going to be a fun series to watch. Can't wait for the rest of it.
I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Well, thanks, Aaron, for sports. But Liam, you're telling me we're going to have to expect rain this weekend?
Yeah, we're expecting some rain showers Friday, Saturday, but a real rain threat, again, comes tomorrow night, Wednesday, anywhere between 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. on Thursday morning. We're going to see these heavy showers move through the area. If you're out and about at that time, be sure to be aware. And if you're heading out the door early on Thursday morning, be aware you're going to be seeing these heavy puddles around the entire area.
Well, WTOP's annual formal is this Saturday, so you're
We could be seeing a few sprinkles at the formal, so if you have your hair all done, make sure you have it covered up if you're heading in. Once you get inside, you should be fine.
Bring that umbrella. Make sure you're prepared.
Definitely.
Speaking of TOP, today is my co-anchor Brianna's last day here with us.
Yeah, for a little bit. I will be studying abroad next semester, so it'll be a while when I come back on camera with you guys. It's been so much fun coming in every week. It's really been an honor working with all of you guys.
It's really been nice coming in every week and working with you, because this has just been a really awesome experience.
Yes.
So that is going to do it for our show tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for Excuse Me What at 10.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
It's back and better than ever. One student can win up to $25 in cash. All on Oswego's favorite game show, Spin to Win.